welcome back to another video from me, your natural hair sis, Tamzy, aka Tam Kam. In today's video, if you can tell by the title, I'll be doing a battle of the detangling or detangler brushes, okay? So I've been wanting to do this video for a while now, but it just kept getting on the back burner. So today I was like, you know what, I need to actually do my hair, so why don't I just do this video right now for you guys? The two brushes that I'll be using in today's video is the infamous Tangle Teezer that everyone know and love, as well as the Kazmaleje Paddle Comb, okay? So these are the two brushes that I'll be using in today's battle of the detangling brushes. Okay, so first let's talk about the price point of both of these brushes. So first, the Tangle Teezer. This Tangle Teezer, you can find this at pretty much Ulta. I don't even really know what it is. Ulta, Amazon. I don't know if you can maybe find it in Target, possibly. I believe you can find this in a couple of places. And this actual Tangle Teezer brush actually retails for $14 on Ulta.com. Then we have the Kazmaleje brush. This is actually a black owned brush. It is called the Paddle Brush, and it's huge, okay, compared to this one. Well, not too much of a difference, but this one actually retails for $22, and I believe it's only available on Kazmaleje's website. That's kind of like a con because it's only available on their website and not in any type of local store that you can get in. So I actually will be doing a pre-poo on my entire hair before I actually do my wash day, and I'm going to use the Tangle Teezer on this side, which is my right side or your left, and I will be using a Kazmaleje brush on my left side or your right. So I'm going to just go ahead and first just separate my hair into halves, and then eventually, these look cute like little Mickey Mouse, into halves, and then I will eventually do each section into two, so pretty much 4 sections. So you guys, so my hair is already divided into 4 sections. This side would be Kazmaleje, and this side would be the Tangle Teezer. So I have my water bottle here to just spray down my hair because you do not want to detangle your hair dry. We are not trying to have breakage in 2020, okay? No breakage. So I am going to be spraying my hair down with some water just to soften up my hair, and I will also be using a conditioner just to give my hair some slip, and this will act as my pre-poo. And this one is the Giovanni Hydrating Calming Conditioner, and this is for normal to dry hair, which my hair, we're gonna just say is dry. This conditioner is actually protects overworked, overprocessed, and color treated hair while locking in color with shine. So sis, we already see we have color and we need this conditioner. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and start off with this back side and spray it down with some water. I'm actually just gonna spray down both sides, well, both sections with water real quick. Okay, so now that both sections are definitely sprayed down with water, I'm going to go ahead and take my Giovanni conditioner and get a good dollop here if it wants to come out. So we're going to use the good old natural hair version of the dime size amount of conditioner. I'm going to just apply it to this hair. Okay, so I got it all in there. And then we're going to go ahead and use my Kazmaleje brush on this side to detangle. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the ends, of course, because you do not want to start detangling your hair at the roots, because we do not want all the tangles to float to the bottom and then you just have a mess. So the one thing I do love about this brush is the fact that they have wide spaces in between the bristles, and the purpose of this brush being made like that is pretty much to prevent any type of breakage on your hair, which I love a lot. So my hair is just gliding through, or should I say the comb is just gliding through my hair, and it's just, ooh, it's getting slippery. All right. And also I like the fact that you can actually detangle big sections with this brush, which is another plus for me. So I'm done with this side, which didn't take long at all. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the exact same thing at this top. Apply my apply my conditioner, dime size amount. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pin this up, this bad boy up. So I really love how the Kazmaleje brush detangled this entire section. And let's see how much hair we got from this section. Okay, so we got this much of hair from the Kazmaleje brush, which isn't a lot at all to say that it's 2 full sections of detangling. So I'm gonna just leave that little hair on top of this brush and we're gonna go to the next one. So for this side, I'm gonna be using the good old Tangle Teezer brush. Been having this bad boy for I think like a year now, but I love this brush. I really do. I love both of the brushes, I'm not gonna lie, but we're trying to see which one is the ultimate best and the pros and cons of each, because both of them aren't perfect. I haven't seen a perfect brush yet, so we're just gonna go ahead and water down both of these sides with the water. Okay, like I said, this side is for the Tangle Teezer. So, boom, Tangle Teezer. So we're gonna go ahead and do the exact same thing on this side like we did with the left side. Dime size amount. I don't know, I just think it's so funny. Have y'all ever seen those memes that be like, oh, this is a dime size amount for us? And that's pretty much what it is. Because the dime size, first of all, why do brands even say dime size amount? Like, what is a dime size amount of anything gonna do for me? Baby, I need the whole bottle. Just throw it at my hair. Okay, so we're gonna attempt to do the exact same thing like we did on this side with the Tangle Teezer. So I'm gonna just go ahead and see if I can just detangle this whole entire section without actually splitting it up. It's not as easy to use a Tangle Teezer with big sections, so I do recommend using smaller sections, but I'm actually getting towards detangling the entire section, so it's not as hard as it was initially. Okay, so one thing about the Tangle Teezer is the fact that you definitely cannot use big chunks of hair or big sections of hair to try and use this detangling brush. I do suggest like pretty much like dividing this section into 2 or even into 3 smaller sections and then detangling that way, because it is a bit of a struggle to use this brush on a very large section, because it takes a very long time just to kind of get through it, because these bristles are very small and skinny and they're not as tall to be going through big chunks of hair. So I do recommend that. One thing I do love about this brush is that it actually do like define your hair a little bit more than a Kazmaleje brush, just because the bristles are more close together and they're actually thinner. So that is a pro about this brush, because I know some people actually like to do like wash and goes with brushes, and they like to do a raking method with the brushes. And I feel like this is a good brush to do a raking method, because it actually goes really finely through the hair strands and actually kind of like gives it a nice curl and definition at the end, which I do really appreciate. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and tie this up and then finish off the top. So when you have smaller sections, it's definitely no problem when it comes to detangling at all. But the larger sections is not as easy to detangle. And you can see that definition right there when you detangle with the Tangle Teezer. Okay, so let's see how much hair the Tangle Teezer actually took out on this section. So let's see, sis. So this is how much hair came out with the Tangle Teezer, and in comparison with the Kazmaleje brush, it's just a little bit more, but it's kind of like almost wet and wet in a sense. Okay guys, so this is a Kazmaleje side and this is a Tangle Teezer side. This is actually it's almost like double the amount of shedding, I guess, or I guess shedding. But yeah, so this is more from the Tangle Teezer side compared to the Kazmaleje side. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and just talk about both brushes and the pros and the cons of each and every single brush. I say each and every like I got like a million brushes. So the Kazmaleje brush that is black owned and the retails at $22. I love both of these brushes, y'all. I love this brush. The pros about this brush is the fact that it has the wide bristles and it prevents an increased amount of shedding because of the wide bristles, as well as I do actually like the whole design of the brush. It's actually really, really heavy and sturdy, like you cannot bend it at all, which is very, very neat. I actually just like the whole design of the brush. And one thing that I forgot to mention is at the very end of the brush, it actually is a parting comb, which is why this is called a paddle comb, because this end piece you can actually part your hair with. Now I do not always use this as a parting tool, just because sometimes it gets a little slippery, so it's kind of hard to use it sometimes. But I do like the fact that I do have this when I do decide to use this end piece, because it's kind of like two tools in one, a brush and a comb, the paddle comb. I also like the fact that you can detangle large sections of hair with this brush, so it actually saves time during wash days, which can be like time consuming. So you know, we always want to spend like the least time on wash days, and I feel like this brush is really, really good with doing that and just decreasing your time with the detangling, which can always be like the most stressful part of wash day for some people. So then we have the Tangle Teezer. The Tangle Teezer retails at $14, and I love this brush as well. The thing I do love about this brush is that it does give your hair like a whole lot of definition, which I do love. I do love the price point because it is $14. The only thing I just do not love is the fact that I do have to use smaller sections with this, and the fact that it does have an increase in shedding and an increase in detangling time because the bristles are so small and tight. The handle is very, very good, very, very sturdy as well. You cannot bend this at all, but it is a lightweight compared to the Kazmaleje brush. This one is definitely heavier. I don't even know what it's made out of. You hear that? It's definitely heavier than this one. This one is very lightweight, and this one definitely have weight. Also, another pro and con about these brushes is the fact that this brush is a very, very easy clean. When I tell you, you can just run it underneath some hot water and all the hair and product is gone. It is very, very easy. Compared to this one, every time when I do wash the Tangle Teezer brush, I still have like product left over, and the brush, because the bristles are so tight, it's kind of hard to get through it, and it's kind of hard to get a comb through it to kind of like scrub it through. But this one is no problem. It's always like super duper clean when I clean it out. Price point, this one is very good, $14, $22. This one is on the expensive side, a little bougie, but I feel like it is a good price point because you do get both brush and comb at the end of the day. The thing I do not like about the Kazmaleje brush is the fact that it does not give you a lot of definition when it comes to your end wise. Because of the wide spacing, it doesn't give you a lot of definition compared to the Tangle Teezer brush. But which one would I choose to keep for life? That is so hard to tell, because of the fact that I don't want to have an increased amount of shedding, so therefore I'm going to use this. But if I want some definition, I'm going to use this. But if I want to save time on detangling, I'm going to use this. So it's kind of really hard to say which one I would choose like as the best. Each one have its own pros and cons of why I do and do not like the actual brush. But hopefully this video actually helps you on deciding on which brush you do want to try out next, if it is the Tangle Teezer brush or the Kazmaleje brush. So I do recommend both of these brushes to try out, and these are both my favorite brushes of all time to use. Okay, which one do you feel like is your favorite brush if you were to use these two brushes, the Kazmaleje brush or the Tangle Teezer brush? Let me know down in the comment box below, and let's talk about these brushes. So you guys, if you did enjoy this good old battle of the brushes video, go ahead and give this video a nice thumbs up and support your sis. And if you have not already, go ahead and click that red button, that subscribe button down below, and turn it gray, and hit that bell notification next to the subscribe button so you can be notified every single time when I post a new video. Okay, bye guys.